focus. All right, you've probably seen this video before, or this topic before, and a kind of a normie approach to it. So I'm going to go kind of one step beyond and just go to the conclusion. Like, oh yes, we're presenting this information. Look at this degeneracy in Texas. Gosh, isn't this weird? And to the people in Texas's credit, there's a video of a base black guy who's going through that line, and a lot of base people in Texas who are not on board with this kind of stuff. So those videos are floating around too. But let me just go to the conclusion, because you kind of know where this leads. So white manistan, separation, segregation, secession, the whole 50 state model of 50 separate states, and the concept of legislating morality, which is I don't know if it's impossible or if we just never tried to do it. So basically the country, let me get down to one of these images. Oh, there you go. What a Sodom and Gomorrah, peak Weimar image that is. The country has gone too far into the filth to save. It's at this point, it's better to split into 50 independent states. And now that includes the right to exclude people who you don't want in the state because they have the wrong ideology or whatever, or the wrong, because demographics change the vote, or if you want to split into a super state region, whatever. But it's time to start talking about that kind of thing, because while you can't legislate morality for this kind of thing, you don't have to live around it. I mean, we can get anything we want. If we need to reconfigure lines on a map, those aren't insurmountable hurdles. A bunch of people jumped on boats 500 years ago and crossed the Atlantic, and we can do almost anything we want if we really have the will, and we're willing to do it by any means necessary. So peaceful, legal, constitutional, simple constitutional amendments, peaceful, legal, constitutionally protected activity. Don't swat me, bro. But while you can't legislate morality, you can peacefully and legally kick them out of some regions and, move people into different regions. Fair market value exchanges, housing exchanges. There's a lot of stuff we could do if we wanted to. You end up buying people out and exchanging properties and moving people around. People who prefer to live around like-minded people. And there's a lot of people who want to do that. And will it go smoothly and perfectly? No. But we can get it done if we really want to get it done. And most people on the left want to get it done that way also. We can have conservative states with the right to kick out the wrong people, and liberals can do the same also with blue states. They can have the socialist paradise that they know I know is possible for those liberal states. If you want neighborhoods of a certain ideology, we want neighborhoods of a certain type, and they want diverse, vibrant, multicultural neighborhoods. We can do it. I'm sure they'll both equally work out just exactly the same. The big concept is borders, state citizenship, and voting rights, because where you have you'd have to have you'd have to be able to, conservative states or regions have to be able to close their borders to the demographic substitution that is going on. And if the liberal states want wide open borders and they want to be ruled by globalist parasites, then that is up to them, and I wish them well. But we want clean, safe, quiet neighbor. Oh, you Nazis want law and order. Yeah, I guess if that's weird definitions. We're the bad guys and you guys are dancing with children. Oh, we were the good guys all along. History is written by the victor. So, we don't want the cultural enrichment that is resulting in, stuff like Detroit, Chicago, Oakland, Memphis, whatever. We don't want that kind of stuff. Where drive-by shootings are just a part of life, where that kind of like mass looting is just an accepted part of your left-wing culture. And, ultimately, specifically, where this kind of stuff is going on. Yeah, we don't want this at all, friendo. So if they want trans drag kids, like I said, we can't legislate morality. It's their kids and their parents. mean, it gets into deeper concepts, but the simpler cutting to the conclusion is just, oh, we should just split apart de facto de jure, which means building a different state model, which ultimately means reducing power from the Fed and going back to 50 independent states. I go, what? How will we have foreign wars if we're 50 independent states? You have to all the states would have to agree. Well, here's the thing. We don't need foreign wars. But World War I, and then World War II, and Korea, and Vietnam, and various Central Americans, and CIA ops around the world, and then endless wars in the Middle East. So, starting with that World War I, we actually didn't need to go to foreign wars. So, with the 50-state model, yeah, you'd have to agree to engage in foreign wars. But we don't actually need to have foreign wars. If you look at World War I and all those other wars, we didn't need to fight any of those wars. So you're talking about something. Oh, but what about the balance of power? Well, friendo, there's something called Europe. And if they want to work together to balance out China and Russia, and we know America's still here, it's just going to be a 50-state model. But if Europe wants to work together and fund their common defense, they can very much do that and turn into a European superpower, which, as they have open borders themselves to the third world, is going to be a bit of a challenge as the demographics continue to shift and change and their productivity decreases. They're going to be less of a superpower where China and Russia will grow. So that's kind of just jumping to the conclusion about this kind of, one example of trans drags kids. And, Rebel Media, the Blaze Media, something like that, confronting these people. Yeah, we don't want to live like this. And like a lot of the channels on YouTube are staying within the navigational guidelines because they want to stay on YouTube. But I'm just jumping to the conclusion of, let's just say we can't live like this. So de jure by law and de facto by the fact, why don't we just, this federal model, the country formed, right? It was a state model. It was a 13-state model, and it expanded. And it was a state by state. And then the Civil War kind of ruined everything. And you saw the federal government and the Supreme Court work together to take power away from the 50 independent states, where it's just now one federal master, and the 50 states are kind of states in name only. If you don't have power to control your border, then you don't have power. It's like we need to go back to a concept of 50 states. And as Nadler was saying, it's like, we can't raise the voting age to 25 or drinking age or something like that, or buying guns to 25 because we need boys to go off at 18 to go fight in foreign wars. And like I said, since World War I, we didn't need to go to foreign wars at all. At all. We're fighting a good fight. No, Europe can fight her own fights. World War I, World War II, Korea, the various Southeast Asians, we didn't need to fight any of those wars, including World War I and World War II. We didn't need to get involved at all. At all, friendo. Europe can handle itself. Anyway, so that's kind of the short version, is secession, peaceful, legal, constitutional change. If we can do anything we want, if we really, really want to do it, and if there's enough people who are, I'm shivering, ice water, enough people who really want to get it done, constitutionally protected activity. Support channel on subscribes to our coffee, crypto, various other links, or join the Telegram and Gab, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.